Are you absolutely and utterly fed up of never being able to win as killer? Or maybe you just want to fix this ratio? Either way, I've got exactly what you need. Here are 20 killer mistakes you need to fix ASAP. And I can almost guarantee you'll have learned something by the time we get to the last tip. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Number 1. Stop overusing Void Rush's Noli and Walk Speed Override as Cool Kid. This has got to be one of the biggest clip sellers in the game right now. A lot of players will get impatient when chasing a survivor and end up wasting one of their best abilities because they let the survivor juke them. So from now on, here's what you're gonna do. Wait for the right time and try corner the survivor in between walls, or even better, close the gap between you and the survivor. This way, your Void Rush or Walk Speed Override will instantly hit, which increases your chances of winning. Number 2. Using Observant to cut survivors off. Let's say you're trying to close a gap between yourself and the survivor. If you use Observant to teleport to the generator nearest to them, they will not only see that coming from a mile away, but it actually gives them time to gain even more distance. Instead, you can use Observant to jump scare survivors by teleporting to a generator further away and hitting them with Void Rush after you get that X-ray vision. Or what's more, you can strategically use it to inflict certain levels of hallucination on the person you're chasing, because the further away you teleport from the player, the more hallucination they get. Number 3. Using Behead on survivors doing generators. Believe it or not, Slasher's M1 literally does more damage than Behead. So instead of wasting your Behead in such situations, just pop that Gashing Wound, or use your M1 if it's on cooldown. Behead does deal more damage if Slasher's enraged, but I wouldn't recommend wasting your raging pace just to increase the damage of the move. Number 4. Waiting for your unstable eye at the beginning of a round. I know a lot of you guys are struggling to cope with the 1x nerf, but instead of wasting time at the start of the game, run across the map until you either find someone or your stamina starts depleting. If your stamina starts to deplete, that's how you know a survivor is near. If you've gotten this far and you haven't locked eyes with any survivor yet, then use your unstable eye and chase them down. Number 5. Stop using pizza delivery in the middle of a chase or out of nowhere. A lot of players expect the minions to just go off and do their own thing. For 1x, this low-key might be the case, but for Cool Kid, there are so many better strategic plays you can make using these minions. First of all, using them in the middle of the chase basically lets the survivor get away before you're even able to move again. Instead, use it as soon as your stamina depletes. This way, you'll regain a ton of stamina while having summoned your minions at the same time. And instead of using your minions in the middle of nowhere, wait until you've cornered the survivor or have gotten them to a loop spot. This way your minions will just cover the exits while you absolutely violate the survivor. Number 6. Using Corrupt Nature mid-chase. Have you ever been tailing a survivor but unable to close the gap before your stamina runs out? Well, instead of using Corrupt Nature as a last resort, save it for times where you literally can't miss. For example, catching people doing generators off guard, or if you happen to be pretty close to the survivor but just out of arm's reach, then you can whip out the Corrupt Nature and expect it to hit. Number 7. Using digital footprints in open areas. This is a common mistake John Doe players make. If you're placing your digital footprint in open areas, not only will it be easy to spot, but the chances of players actually stepping over them is incredibly low. Instead, place them in front of generators or use them to block entrances to popular camping areas. Number 8. Speaking of digital footprints, stop forgetting to actually use them. Try have 3 digital footprints on a map at all times, so this way you'll almost certainly catch a survivor lacking.
Wait a minute!
Number 9. Being afraid of stuns as Slasher and John Doe. If you have Raging Pace or Error 404 off cooldown, then you can easily parry any survivor who tries to stun you. If guest blocks your M1, use Raging Pace so he can't punch you. It's honestly really easy. Number 10. Stop using Gashing Wound to try cut survivors off. Unless you've got pretty low ping or you are literally right on the survivor, using it while people are on generators or after someone misses their block or stun is much more reliable. By the way guys, are you enjoying these tips? Because if you are, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go. Number 11. Always use mass infection after entanglement. If you manage to land entanglement and decide to try get a cheeky M1 in, I promise you're selling the game. First of all, you're throwing away a lot of damage that could easily be dealt, especially if you get close up.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, and you just can't get in because they would never understand.
And second of all, let's say you're going up against a mobile player. That guy is going to be out of entanglement in seconds. That's why it's common practice to use mass infection right after hitting someone with entanglement. Number 12. Stop instantly using Unstable Eye or Error 404 after killing someone. Instead, run around the map for a couple of seconds, and if you still haven't found someone, then use your X-ray ability. The reason using it so early isn't the best idea is because it honestly runs out pretty quick, and if you haven't closed in on the survivor by then, you'll end up struggling to find them all over again. Number 13. Don't always aim for walls when using Nova. Although it gives an increased hitbox, sometimes it's much easier to aim straight for the survivor, or you could even explode in mid-air if they try to juke. Now here's a 1x tip. Don't always save the minions for LMS. Although it spawns in the most minions, this only matters if you make it to the LMS. Instead, use your minions when there's around 2 or 3 people left so that they annoy survivors and save you time. Number 16. Never use walk speed on open areas or when you're far away from a survivor. Instead, use it in enclosed spaces or when a survivor has missed their stun. As slasher, always kill guests with behead if possible. If you kill guests with literally any other move, you'll have to watch a whole cutscene and it will waste some of your time.
Just do it!
Number 18. Always leave Shedletsky for LMS as 1x. This way, you'll get an extra 20 seconds. Nice, isn't it?
Nice.
Number 19. Stop spamming your M1 when chasing survivors. As a killer, you need to learn to predict each player's movements. And if you start spamming your M1, it's just gonna make you the predictable one, which will completely backfire if you're going up against players using guest. Instead, tail the survivor, let them try juke you, and use your M1 each time they fail to predict your movements, or when they let you get too close. Alright guys, last but not least, number 20. Try not to leave Noob, Unrevive 2-time, or 007 for LMS as any killer. 007 will just teleport away and use his undetectability from his clone, wasting a ton of time. 2-time will also teleport away somehow, regaining 50 HP and gaining an extra 30. And then Noob is actually just the best survivor for LMS, as all his abilities are made solely for his survival. His Bloxy Cola helps him gain distance, his Ghost Burger makes him hard to spot, and his Slate Skin literally gives him immunity. Alright guys, that's all 20 tips. Comment down below whether you learned something from this video or which tip was your favorite. I read every comment, so feel free to give some feedback or comment on things that I may have missed, as who knows, I might put them in the next video. I want to thank you guys so much for 30,000 subscribers. I've got a Q&A coming soon, so if you don't want to miss it, make sure you've smashed that like button and subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!